The Azerbaijan Grand Prix was the most painful blow of Ferrari's 2022 Formula 1 season yet. Its double retirement and Red Bull's 1-2 mean Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez now hold the same positions in the championship. In the drivers' standings, Charles Leclerc has dropped from 46 points ahead of the reigning champion to 34 points behind, and Ferrari currently trails Red Bull by 80 points in the constructors' standings. What is happening at Ferrari at the moment? After the first couple of races, they look like the team to beat, but right now everything is falling apart. Why is their car all of a sudden so unreliable? Let's find out. After a double retirement from the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Matteo Binotto says that Ferrari must accept that their car is not fully reliable. On lap 9 of the race, Carlos Sainz's F175 suffered a hydraulic malfunction, and he was the first to retire. After smoke began to billow from the rear of Charles Leclerc's car on lap 21, the Monegasque was then forced to return to the pits and retire from the lead. Binotto, the team's manager, had been forced to admit that the current problems are causing concern for the Italian team. Certainly, it's a concern, Binotto told Sky Sports F1. I think we said it even before coming here to Baku. Reliability is always a factor, which is a key factor in the battle as the performance is. As a team, we pushed a lot through the winter last year to develop the car. We've proved that we were not yet fully reliable. There's still some work to be done. Binotto, on the other hand, insists that the team will not be discouraged by the challenges, just as they were not carried away by their good start to the season. I think the team will stay focused, work hard, and try to address those issues to make us stronger for the future, he added. But this surely wasn't the weekend Ferrari hoped for. After all, they again turned out to be the quickest on Saturday, with Leclerc claiming 6 out of the possible 8 pole positions so far. But being quick on one lap doesn't translate to wins, and that is what Ferrari should do. Leclerc was leading the race before his retirement, but Verstappen had blistering pace on his newer tyres, although we never got to see it. It could have been a possibility that eventually Verstappen would have been able to catch up to Leclerc and pass him. And even a P2 for Leclerc wouldn't have been such a bad result. But the retirement unfortunately meant for him that his nearest rival Max Verstappen was able to gain another 25 points, whilst Leclerc was left with nothing. This has even resulted in him being passed by Sergio Perez in the driver's standings. This aren't looking good at the Maranello-based team, but is there any solution in place? When asked if there are already some solutions in the pipeline, Binotto explained, "I think at first we need to understand and analyze what happened today. Not all these issues are the same. Maybe some of these are a very quick fix. I don't know yet. Honestly, I think we need to take some time to analyze and to understand. Maybe some are the same as the issues in the past, maybe not." Binotto was then questioned about if earlier incidents, such as Leclerc's withdrawal from the Spanish Grand Prix, were linked to the current ones. They're unrelated, according to the Italian. What are your thoughts on Ferrari's reliability? Will they be able to fix it in time for Montreal, or are they set to suffer another blow in their title challenge next weekend? So it looks like Ferrari are not sure yet what happened to Leclerc's car. And after his retirement, Leclerc was unable to hide his frustration and called out Ferrari to quickly get on top of these issues and improve, as this retirement meant another blow for his title changes. "We've been fast and we didn't have big problems in the first part of the season," Leclerc told Sky. "Now it seems we have a bit more compared to the beginning of the season, but we haven't changed massive things. If anything, we made things better. So it's difficult to understand, but we will have to analyze it. Obviously, I don't have the full picture of what happened today, but personally, again, it hurts. Any DNF is hard, but this one is the third in a row. It's the third disappointment in a row, and it's not easy," said Leclerc. Even though Leclerc has been disappointed by team decisions or reliability issues in the last 3 races, he still feels the same about the championship. He's sure he can still win it if Ferrari are able to fix these issues quickly. "Mentally, I'm confident that at the next race I'll be as strong as I was 5 races ago when I was leading the championship, and the motivation is still there. We need to get on top of these things. Reliability is something that we need to look into after the last 3 races. As a team, we need to make steps in that area. After the last 3 races, I think we've shown we've lost too many points, and we need to look into this. I believe we can still win the championship, but we need to be on top of those things." Do you think Leclerc and Ferrari are still able to win the championship? Or do you think that Red Bull has the strongest package at the moment and won't be caught up again by Ferrari? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel whilst you're down there. Even if the failures had not occurred, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz did not appear to have the speed necessary to stop Red Bull and Verstappen today. And this, together with Ferrari's poor reliability, is a major problem. This track was thought to benefit Red Bull, but the rate at which Sainz fell behind Verstappen and Leclerc fell behind Sergio Perez early on was concerning. We'll never know if Leclerc could have beaten Verstappen, but the race did little to dispel the notion that Red Bull just had a better race car than Ferrari. The extent to which Red Bull controlled the pace in the second part of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix feels much too symbolic of how the rest of the season could unfold. Red Bull has just overtaken Ferrari by a similar distance to take charge of the race, so surely the tables may turn. That happening later in the season seems even more improbable than the fortunes turning we've already witnessed in 2022. Today was simply not a good day for Ferrari. Not only did both of its cars retire, but they were the race's first two retirements. Before dropping out, Ferrari managed to squeeze in what appeared to be another strategy blunder and a terrible pit stop. It certainly looks like the tables have turned to favour Red Bull at the moment. But it simply cannot be forgotten that it was Red Bull who had all the bad luck at the start of the season. Verstappen had 2 DNFs at the start of the season, but has since won 4 of the last 5 races, including a 1-2 for Red Bull in Baku, where both Ferraris retired due to distinct technical issues. The Dutchman has turned what was a 46-point deficit after the first 3 races to a 21-point lead, with Charles Leclerc having dropped to 3rd in the drivers' standings behind Sergio Perez and 34 points behind Verstappen. Of course, we had our misfortune at the beginning of the year, so we knew we had to play a bit of catch-up, and it seems like now it's more or less evened out with the bad luck. And yes, you know, you have to score points every single weekend if you want to really fight for the championship. Everyone knows that, everyone tries that, but it's not always that easy. When asked if he had sympathy for Leclerc, who had 2 DNFs in the last 3 races, Verstappen said, "I would always say, shh, happens. That's racing, you know. It happened to me, it happened to many people in the past. Unfortunately, it's happening to Charles." Yes, if I would be in the same situation, I would also be disappointed. I think that's very normal, but it's about how you come out of it. You always look at how to improve things. That's what we did at the beginning of the season. You learn from it. You don't like it. You're angry, but we turned it around. You always have to stay on it because something else might happen, and you always have to prevent these issues from happening. Sergio Perez, who finished 2nd with the quickest lap, had led the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from the start. He later expressed disappointment that he did not pit during the first virtual safety car on lap 10, instead of stopping on lap 16, and again during the second virtual safety car on lap 33. Unfortunately, we missed the virtual safety car stop. There was a miscommunication, and what we wanted, it was a bit too late. We were a bit unlucky there because I would have made up my race when we were leading. At the restart, I just had too much drag. On the medium tyre, the degradation was a lot higher for me. So I need to understand what happened there, because certainly Max was a lot stronger today on that medium stint. So a lot of things we have to review today, but it's still a very good team result. Perez conceded, however, that the team made the correct strategy call. I think it was the right call made by the team, because at that time Max was a bit further ahead, and it was just a good team result. And you know, it's this place, anything can happen. So at the end, we managed to do a 1-2, and that's a great team result. As of now, it's shaping up to be a wonderful campaign for Red Bull, but a nightmare for Ferrari. What are your thoughts about the season until now? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below. Have you enjoyed the video? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.